This is Boston Chris with the ETX ROCKS Show. Thank you for checking out episode number 206 featuring Jerrett Zoch.
This is Boston Chris with another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show.
Louise here.
Descript.
Featuring all genres and styles of entertainment.
And coming to the ETX ROCKS.
Let's hear from Louise, please.
From the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond.
Out of the box with ETX ROCKS.
It's awesome.
We keep them coming.
$5, that's pocket change.
Well, hey, y'all, this is Haley McDaniel. Are y'all ready for this?
ETX ROCKS Show is the greatest show of all time, okay?
We are ETX ROCKS.
The ETX ROCKS Show is the best show of all time, say? The other shows, you're good, you're real good. But as long as we're around, you'll be second best, say?
Cut.
From the great state of Texas, this is another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Nestled in the piney woods of East Texas, the ETX ROCKS Show delivers the stories and the songs of talented artists of all genres, all styles, from the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond. We bring a passion for music and a drive to go behind the curtain with our guests. We focus on all artists, from LA to New York, Nashville down to Texas, and everywhere in between. ETX is our location. It is not a limitation. Now, as always, it's viewers and listeners like you out there that are our biggest support for the show. If you want to contribute to the show, please do so by donating to www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for checking out this 206th episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Emanating from Huntsville, Texas, our guest in this episode has been influenced over the years by a broad range of music. Country, blues, southern rock, and many, many more styles of music have brought him to where he is today. Jerrett Zoch is no stranger to the top of the radio charts here in Texas. Riding the success of 2 straight singles going number 1, Jerrett, along with his group, the OSR Band, are knocking on the door again with their current single, which is number 2, called Sippin On Shine, and I'm hoping he'll play that for us today. Alright guys, so we are sitting here in the green room at Love and War in Lindale, an awesome facility right here in East Texas for live Texas country music, and just a phenomenal place out here. If y'all haven't checked it out, you need to do that. And we're here with 2-time number 1 artist Jerrett Zoch. Last time we talked with Jerrett was episode 66, so quite a while ago.
It's been a little bit.
And you had just gotten your first number 1 then. It was not long after that, because I remember talking about it with you.
Everything I Need.
Yes.
Yes, our producer helped us write that.
And then the second one was Still Not Over You.
Uh-huh.
And now we're on Sippin On Shine, which is not number 1 yet, but by the time this comes out, it will be, for sure.
Hopefully so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to get there.
Sitting at number 2 right now.
You get to the top 3.
It's got a good chance.
Yeah, you get to the top 3, you're probably going to get to number 1, I imagine.
Would hope so.
and I guess the first thing we should do is probably intro the first song. This is my favorite song. It's called If She Ain't Heaven.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the process for coming up with this song.
Oh, man. I wrote it a long time ago.
The reason why I ask is because, I mean, your album is so many different styles.
It is.
And this song is the last song on the album, and it's a ballad, and a lot of the songs on the album are really hard-hitting.
So when I was writing this song, I was going to school at Sam Houston in Huntsville, Texas, and I don't know. I don't sit down trying to write a song based off of I want a rockin' song or whatever. I just kind of write a song and try to, however it comes out, it comes out. And I try to build the song around the feeling of the song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You just let the song lead the way.
Exactly. And so whenever we were doing this song, we didn't really know how, because like you said, the whole album is so different. It's got a lot of different parts, a lot of different.
There's honky tonk. There's some red dirt in it. There's some traditional country. Yeah.
And so when we were doing it, this one was the one that we just couldn't really didn't have an idea of how we wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. So we sat down with some of the studio musicians and our producer, and he was just like, "Well, why don't you just break this one down and just do acoustic and just let it be what it is?"
Right.
And I was like, "We can try it." And then they added the fiddle on top of it, and when they added the fiddle, I was just like, "That's it,
and
man."
it comes in right at the beginning of the song.
There's not much else it needs.
Right.
Really.
And it really drags your attention to the song right away.
For sure.
All right, guys. So you guys check this out, an unplugged version of "If She Ain't Heaven" by Jerrett Zoch.
Yeah.
Better than last time.
She gets to drinking, she gets fighting man. It's her way of dealing when her day's gone bad. She dance like the devil, leave you out on the floor till you can't take no more. I see everything that makes you who you are, and I wouldn't change a thing. And she ain't perfect, that's okay with me, 'cause she ain't heaven. She ain't heaven, as close as I'll be. Sometimes she's crazy, hell, she's out of control. When the words leave that lady, they cut straight to my soul. She's a mountain I ain't moving, but I can't hold her back. Even after that, I see everything that makes you who you are, and I wouldn't change a thing. She ain't perfect, that's okay with me. She ain't heaven, she ain't heaven, as close as I'll be. She ain't perfect, and that's okay with me. Yeah, she ain't heaven, she ain't heaven, she ain't heaven, she ain't heaven, as close as I'll be.
All right, guys, and we are back. That was If She Ain't Heaven, and let me tell you, 4 singles from this album. All 4 have gone top 20, and this song is not one of them, and that breaks my heart.
I know. Actually, I had whenever we had it, everyone was telling me, we were trying to come up with what songs to do. Everyone was telling me If She Ain't Heaven needs to be a single. They're like, it needs to be a single.
Man, that's a good mid-December single.
Yeah, it is.
Like
it is.
belly rubbing music. You know what I mean? That's the most PG way I can say it. For real, man. Like, I'm engaged to be married, and I want that at my wedding.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
awesome,
stuff like that. I really
Let me know.
Absolutely, I will. And I've found lately, the last few people I've interviewed, my research for interviews is really tough. I get to listen to music. That's my research. It's tough, trust me. But here lately, like every CD I'm listening to, my favorite song always ends up being the last song on the album. It's really weird. But
everyone saves the best for last.
Yeah, I think so. Like we just did Kayla Ray, and I think the best song on her CD is the very last song. Yeah. It's just ridiculous because my research is listening to the album front to back, and so that last song hits me. And usually, you can kind of be lackadaisical by the end of an album, because you're listening to it.
That's what I've also noticed. A lot of musicians now like we were just talking about earlier, about keeping everything a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost makes it to where you can listen to an album straight through now.
And that's what I was getting
Yeah.
towards, because your album, every song is a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
like I said, honky tonk, traditional country, the ballad, all of this. And there's a lot of heavy driving stuff on there too.
I mean, it comes out with Sippin On Shine.
Right.
So I mean, and that was rock.
The intro too.
Yeah,
Like it's an intro
Yeah.
to the song. And then you get like the song after that, and it's like that intro just makes you, it's getting you ready for what's fixing to come. So there's a good question. This is your debut album. So I know you've been performing
It's not
for
our
a while.
debut album.
It's not.
No, I don't know if you, obviously. We actually put an
You're
album
holding
out.
out on me.
No, yeah, we put an album out before this one. This is the first one that we really pushed to radio and
Right.
all that stuff. The first one we did at Hill Track Studios in Huntsville
Okay.
with Billy Hillman. He used to play with
yeah.
a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I couldn't even name one, and I wouldn't want to name one and be wrong. But he's played with a bunch of people, and great guy. Loved working with him. And when we were in there, we really weren't thinking about putting it out to radio. We weren't thinking about doing all that stuff. We were just kind of doing it for us, you know.
Right.
We just go in there and just have fun with it and get a CD that we can give out to friends and family and some people that want them. And we didn't push anything real hard off of that one. We did actually push Whiskey Brown.
So where can we get copies of this first album?
It's on iTunes and Google Play and all that stuff also. You can get it there. And
Do
we
you have
have
physical copies available somewhere?
I do. I don't have any with me right now, but I do. I know, my bad.
Maybe we'll get a copy
I have the
of
new
second
ones.
one.
I do have the
Okay.
new ones.
All right, guys. So the key word for this episode is Old San Antonio Road.
Hey.
Okay, Old San Antonio Road. All you have to do is be the first person to comment wherever you're listening or watching this episode, and you'll win a free Jerrett Zoch CD.
Yeah.
It's called Kings and Queens. So Old San Antonio Road. That's the key words. All right, so Jerrett. Now I know with the second album, I thought it was a debut, but it seems to me like things got a little more serious with the release of the second album. And so, what was the driving force behind that seriousness?
Honestly, okay, so we went, like I was saying, we put the first one out just kind of for us, and the feedback was really good. Everyone really liked it. Everybody kept telling us, which they knew that we had been writing new stuff and all that. So they were telling us, yeah, we really like it. Y'all should try another one. And so the second one, we just decided, I think, because like I said, we put out Whiskey Brown, and it didn't do so good on radio. And no, like, not anybody knows about it because it just wasn't pushed to radio hardly at all. And we didn't know.
Was that
we were
disheartening
green.
for you?
It was, but it wasn't, because I knew it was the first album, thing we were really putting out. Nobody knew who we were.
But even so, I mean, the first of anything you're excited about.
No,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So then when you put it out to radio, or even if it's haphazard and it doesn't do well, you've got to be kind of
okay, so it didn't do necessarily well on the radio.
right.
But
like people were really connected to it.
but people liked it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I still get people. We were playing a show the other day, a benefit for Veterans Day.
Right.
And a guy came up to me and asked me to play Whiskey Brown. And so I still get people requesting
That's
those
cool.
old songs and the
Yeah.
songs off the first album a lot. And so I know it's still connected with people. People
Right.
still liked it. So as disheartening as the radio part of
Right.
it is, it wasn't, because you still got a lot of
And
good
radio
feedback.
can be fickle anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, true.
But man, that second CD comes out, and all of a sudden you're just shooting up the charts. Number 18 with I'm Done.
Yeah.
Everything I Need is number 1. Still Not Over You is number 1. Sippin
That
On
one.
Shine's number 2.
Still Not Over You is probably my most proud one.
That's a great song.
But that's
man.
the only reason I say that is because I wrote it.
What I love about that song is there's not a person on this planet that has not gone through exactly what you're talking about in that song.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's dealt with that.
And I'm Done's kind of the same way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's definitely one of those. And that one, which is so crazy, because we put it out first off the new album, and it hit number 18, and it wasn't even. I mean, if you go look on like Spotify or any of that stuff where
Yeah.
it is, that one's probably got the most downloads
Right.
and everything, or most streams, and it barely broke the top 20.
Right.
You know? And then the new, and I don't know if it's just because we weren't out there as much yet, but everything else is still, everything else is still building up and still doing great. But it's just crazy how that one was. I don't know. That's the one.
You were expecting more?
No, I wasn't really.
Yeah.
I was happy to break the top 20.
Should I'd be happy with 100?
Right.
Man. But I'm not an artist. I don't know.
I was ecstatic about it, but all the radio people that I talked to were like, they were like, you should have waited to put that one out and put it out later because that one would have been a number one. That's what they told me, and so I was like, well, we wanted to come out with. Hard hitting, and we knew
sometimes you have to learn too. Kind of learn by fire. You know
what
I mean?
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
But yeah, all of these songs are great songs, and I mean, there's like I think 11 songs on the album, and just a hard driving CD. What I love too is, especially with your songwriting, is you're extremely modern with your writing, but you also stay really relevant, and I think that's hard now. In the 21st century, because a lot of these songs have the beat, and that's what they're going for with contemporary country and all that. And your songs are really catchy in that way, but the lyrics stay relevant. So I guess the best question here is how do you kind of
I just write about what's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
do you find it easier to write about personal experiences rather than what somebody else is going through?
Sometimes not. It depends. I have a new song, that not out, but a new song that we're gonna put out on the next album. It's called Camille, and I was just sitting at the house one day and I was watching the news, and there was a hurricane coming across there, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder what the largest hurricane was, and so I Googled it.
Wow. And
the one that popped up. Which this isn't right. I don't know why it popped up, but it said it. Google's not always. No, I'm just kidding. No, we'll take that off.
No, because I always say on this show it must be true.
No, but it definitely said that Hurricane Camille it was one of them that popped up as the largest one, and I started reading some stuff about it. And
that's the one that destroyed Galveston in like 1906 or something, right?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I wrote it.
I'll look it up after.
But I was reading stories about people that were like lived in it, like lived through it and stayed there and stuff like that. And I just had this idea to write a song, and I wrote the song about this guy that lived across the street from his kids and his grandkids. Wow. And he lost his son and his granddaughter and everything. And talks about. Yeah, and so it talks about, but the great thing about it is it does talk about that, and it sounds like it's going to be this depressing song and all that stuff, but what it's really talking about is, even in your darkest hours, there's always light right around the bend. And so what it's telling everybody in that whole song is, you may be going through a big storm, and maybe really, really bad, but just hold on. Yeah. I mean, because I don't know a moment where, in my life, that I've ever had a situation where, this old man lost his son and his grandkids, and I've never been in that situation. I can only imagine how dark of a spot that is.
Yeah.
I mean, so for that to be said, it's just one of those things that you listen to it, and if you heard it, you would definitely gravitate to it. You'd understand what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this: when you're writing, are you writing more for you, or are you writing? I mean, is it in the back of your brain that I think people will like this, or are you just writing what you like?
I definitely write a lot about what I like. It's not. I'm not trying to. It's not about me necessarily, but it's what's coming across to me at the time, and it's just kind of.
Well, I mean, if you don't like it, it's not going to feel natural.
Yeah, exactly. You got to like what you're singing and what you're writing. Otherwise, it's not going to come across to people that way.
Right.
And so, I definitely write. I try to write heartfelt songs or like stuff that I can relate to, and so I do that. But I don't know. It's like I said. It's just sometimes you write songs that are for everyone else, and sometimes it's music therapy and it's for you.
And do you find yourself saving certain songs for yourself that only you know about?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. I love when a songwriter will do that and then have the courage to put it out later.
And that's something that's cool too, because I know I was listening to, I don't remember. They did like I think it was Bob Dylan or something like that. He had a bunch of songs that were written.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if they were actually ever put to music.
Right.
But they were written, the words were written out and everything, and they went and redid all of them.
Yeah.
Or just put them to music.
And when that stuff happens, man, the world goes nuts.
Yeah. And it was one of the best songs, the one that I'd heard first was like one of the best songs I ever heard. I think it was called like Kansas City or something like that. And I was like, this is awesome. And yeah, man, I don't know.
So now you obviously have a huge Southern rock influence in your music, and I think that's what separates you from a lot of folks here in Texas as well. Tell me some of your biggest influences. Why? Who are the people that make you want to make music?
Well, growing up, I always loved Shinedown. I know that's weird.
For real? Yeah. That's awesome.
That's weird because we're in Texas country.
Yeah.
And so...
No, that's okay.
But, yeah, I love Shinedown. Their version of Simple Man is like one of my favorite versions of Simple Man. And so that's one. Leonard Skinner, obviously. Simple Man is my all-time favorite song.
And we actually have a video of him playing that song with Jeremy Payton and Daniel Huggins.
They're in Long Beach.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube channel, so you guys search for that. After, wait till the end of the episode.
Finish listening, please.
Yeah, absolutely. This cat right here blows that song away,
Thank
dude.
you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
That was the first night we met Jerrett, and we were in love immediately. Like, not only is he a phenomenal artist, but as soon as the set was over, he came over to our table, sat down with us, and really chatted us up, wanted to know more about us, and of course we wanted to know more about him. And that's not something you see at a whole lot of shows, so I really appreciated that from you. And
I enjoyed talking.
Yeah, and it's cool to know you and be your friend and everything like that. And I'm really, really proud of the success you're having, and it's well deserved, man. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. We're sitting here with Jerrett Zoch of the OSR Band. The key word again is Old San Antonio Road. You might have figured out that's actually where they got the name of the band. And you can find out that and all kinds of other cool little facts about Jerrett from our first episode with him, which is episode 66, season 1, which was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So it's really cool to actually sit down with you live and in person and all that. He lives in Huntsville. We live in Longview, so it's not like we get to see each other much.
Is that like a 3-hour drive?
Yeah. Texas is huge, y'all. If you're outside of Texas... Man, I had to drive like an hour and 10 minutes to get here today. He probably had to drive like 2 or 3 hours to get here.
Yeah, it's about 2.5.
And we're in Lindale, so I mean, neither one of us is close to home, but here we are. And
doing what we do.
That's right, man. Trying to get the word out. It's a never-ending struggle.
That's right.
Yeah, man, it's cool to hear your influences. What I love about songwriters is, every songwriter has a distinct set of influences that drives what their style ends up being, their vibe, whatever it is. So no two songwriters are ever the same.
Yeah.
What I'm getting into here is there's a new artist on the scene here in Texas named Kenna Danielle.
Yeah.
And you guys just knocked it out of the park with a co-write. First co-write ever. And Kenna is also signed with Dylan Steen, a radio promoter that Jerrett works with as well. And just to let you know, if you're looking for a radio promoter, Dylan Steen with Steen Promotions is the place to go. Driving 3 number 1s by Jerrett Zoch.
That's right.
About to be 3. But anyway, he's also working with Kenna, and her first song, which is called Across, is doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
And here she is with Jerrett on the charts at number 2, fixing to be number 1, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Tell us about this co-write, man.
So, I had no idea about the song at all at first, and she had written it, and I guess as she was writing it, she pretty much had most of it finished, and she had messaged me and said, "Hey, I got this song. Whenever we were writing, I really thought about you. I thought it'd be a great song for you to sing." And I was like, "Well, send it to me. I'll listen to it." Kenna's style versus my style is like opposite. Night and day. So I was kind of like, whenever she first said that, I was kind of like, okay, we'll see. But she's just a great songwriter, period. Like, she can take, when she sings it, it doesn't sound like me, obviously. Well, of course it doesn't sound, it's still the country style of it. But
is it softer?
It is a little softer, yeah for sure. I think she's got a version of it
I'm
on
gonna have
her
to check it
album.
out.
It's I think it's called Playing with Lightning,
Okay.
I believe. But
We're hoping to have Ken on the show.
yeah, you should definitely. But so she told me that, and I was like, yeah, I'll listen to it. And as soon as I heard that first lick, that lick is just gets stuck in your head. I remember hearing it, and I was just like, yes, I want to do it. But then I asked her, I said, hey, you mind if I like finish it up and change some things on here and make it more us?
Yeah.
And so it'll fit our band. And she's like, no, do whatever you want. And as soon as I got it out of the studio, I go, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I sent it to her, and she's like, this is awesome. It's so rocking. And I just couldn't quit listening to it. And we would turn it off. And,
Yeah, it's catchy as heck.
And I don't like I don't like listening to myself sing.
Right.
You know what I mean? We make an album, and I put it in the glove box or whatever, you know, or in the console or whatever. And I don't worry about it again. And but that song, I just couldn't quit listening to it. I'd turn it off and go out of the car. And I'd still be going down,
Yeah.
like,
Man, not too long ago, I know you saw it. I think everybody on the planet must have seen it. But Sundance Head
yeah,
was jamming to that in his car, I think.
That's right.
You know, it was just him in the dark, and people were like, "Where are you at, Sundance?" He was just trying to show you
Yeah,
off.
he was just.
Man.
He
What
was
does that mean to you, man?
a lot, man. We met a while back, and just you know Sundance. His voice is just
Best concert I've ever seen. Dude.
Yeah, see, and
Without a doubt.
I'm getting goosebumps
Yeah,
just
same
talking
here.
about it,
Yep.
and his voice is just so powerful. It's one of those voices that, as soon as he starts to sing, everyone just
Yeah.
and looks.
Shuts the
Yeah,
room up, dude.
yep. And I remember seeing him the first time, and that's me and Daniel Huggins were there, and I was just like, dude, this guy's great.
Yeah.
I would love to write some songs with this guy.
We saw him at Bonita Creek in
Yeah.
Nacogdoches, and Aubrey Lynn was opening for him. And like
Yeah.
she's like the female Sundance.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got that powerhouse vocal, you know.
I
So
love her too.
it's kind of why we went out, because we were interviewing Aubrey that night, and we got the bonus of getting
Right,
to see Sundance. And
Blown away.
oh my god! Man. And then to meet Sundance briefly after was a huge treat and all
And
that.
he's like, he just seems so genuine, so nice.
Very
He's-
humble.
He's
I just
so-
wish he wasn't so busy.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
and now,
Yeah.
being
Because, I mean, we've been after him ever since that night to try to get him on the show. And they
Yeah,
probably
of course.
think we're like the pushiest people on the planet. But
you know, I just remember. I said the first time I saw him it was with Daniel, but it wasn't. I was actually in Houston,
okay.
and I think we're at the Blue Moose. I think, and the Sundance that everybody knows now, the cowboy hat and all that stuff. He had a bandana on, and he was like rocking it. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Which he's don't get me wrong, he is a country boy.
Oh, yeah.
He is a country
Absolutely.
boy. But he was I don't know.
What's great about Sundance is he can take any damn song. Yeah, he can do a song, like he does a version of No One by Alicia Keys that'll make you think it was a country song all along.
Right.
You know, his version of Georgia on My Mind will just make you want to have a lobotomy.
I don't know if I've heard that one yet.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
When he just comes out with Georgia, it's like, that's a white boy, man. It's not fair, man.
No.
But yeah, we have those on our YouTube too. Go check those out.
Have you know his album that he put out and it even tells you on the front of it,
Soul Country. That's right, Soul Country.
That is Sundance.
Yep.
Man. That is Sundance.
Amazing album. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's in my car right now, dude.
I could sit here and talk about Sundance all day. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping someday, maybe someday we'll check this out. We've emailed y'all. I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm going to call it persistence. But Sundance, you're at the top of my wish list, brother. I hope we get to talk soon.
We'll have to tag him in the video so he can see.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Maybe it'll help out.
And maybe you could call him out. Call him
Hey,
out, Jerrett.
Sundance, you should get on ETX over here. ETX rocks. My bad.
All right. I'm going to pull that out and put it out by itself. All right, so guys, we're sitting here with Jerrett Zoch. We're going to be right back with Jerrett. We're going to play a little game with Jerrett. I'm going to try to create a new game on the spot. We'll see how this works out. Y'all come back. We'll be here with Jerrett Zoch.
that thirsty wind a-blowing? Can't you taste that cold mountain dew? Can't you feel that feeling rolling underneath that Franklin County moon? 'Cause I've been running out of moonlight, I've been running out of time, I've been playing with the lightning, I've been sipping that shine, sipping that shine. Can't you hear those pine trees talking? Can't you taste that hair of the dog? Can't you feel that feeling of walking as your mind begins to feel the fog? 'Cause I've been running out of moonlight, I've been running out of time, I've been playing with the lightning, I've been sipping that shine, sipping that shine. And this may be the only way I know it. And this is the only place I will ever call my home, where my soul shines by the light of the moon, yeah. Cause I've been running out of moonlight, I've been running out of time, I've been playing with the lightning, I've been sipping that shine, sipping that shine, sipping that shine, yeah, sipping that shine, yeah.
All right, guys, we are back with Jerrett Zoch. This should be interesting because I have no clue what game I wanted to play. Now, you guys who have followed along with us religiously, I definitely want to thank you guys for doing that. And you know we like to play games on the ETX ROCKS Show. Sometimes we play What the Heck or Would You Rather, Rapid Fire. But I think I'm going to try to invent a new game. I'm going to call this Impossible Questions.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to do 5 of these, and I'm going to try to come up with them straight off the top of my head.
Impossible question.
So this is Impossible Questions with Jerrett Zoch. You ready? All right, number 1. Would you rather date Rosie O'Donnell or Roseanne Barr
Who's Roseanne Barr?
from the show Roseanne?
I don't know if I know her. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
You've never seen the show
I
Roseanne?
don't know if I have.
Jeez, these youngins, man.
So, since I don't know who that is, I'm gonna say her because
Roseanne Barr. He's choosing the unknown over the known. What does that say for you, Rosie O'Donnell? Where he's choosing the unknown. That's awesome. Okay. Let me think. Would you rather...
I got a 50-50 chance here on that one.
Yeah, well, maybe so. You
Better
don't
or
know-
worse, that's it.
You don't know Roseanne Barr, so... Now you're, like, dating her, though, so that's going to be... You better learn who she is quick.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to look this up afterwards.
I need more impossible questions. All right, let me think. Luke Bryan or Miley Cyrus is
Date?
the only thing on your iPod.
Oh. Ooh.
Miley Cyrus or Luke Bryan. That's all you have on your
Luke
iPod.
Bryan. But because I could listen to all his, like, first stuff. I like.
Yeah,
I
his
liked all
early
his
stuff
early
was
stuff.
not too
I liked
bad.
his
All
early
My
stuff.
Friends, that was a good song.
We Rode in Truck. I know that's
Yeah,
kind of, but
well-
that album.
All My
Had a
Friends,
lot of
I think it's All My Friends Say or something like that. That
Yeah.
was an okay
Yeah,
song.
that was a good one.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yes, I just admitted that I like the Luke Bryan song on this
It's
show.
okay, man.
And I've said his name 3 times even without having to rhyme it. For 2 seasons we'd say Duke Drying or Flute Flying. Alright, so number 3. Oh boy, this is harder than I thought. Alright, would you rather, let's see, impossible questions. Okay, would you rather give Hillary Clinton a pedicure or Donald Trump a massage?
Donald Trump massage, but that's because I don't like feet.
I have one.
Okay, number 4 of impossible questions. You can either cure cancer or cure childhood hunger.
Oh man, childhood hunger.
That's a good choice.
Because cancer, not always, but a lot of Cancer
cancers are
have-
curable.
well, I'm not gonna say curable, but come later too.
Right.
And
That's true.
childhood hunger is so,
Yeah.
I'd rather give them the chance to. that sounds bad, but give them the chance to live. I was about to say.
And I think childhood hunger kind of goes under the radar anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think people realize how big of a problem that is in this country, but I'm not on a soapbox today, so don't get me started. All right, last one. All right, would you rather a duet with Drake or a duet with? Man, this is gonna be hard because I don't know how much you like Drake.
I mean, you didn't know I liked Shinedown, so.
Yeah, all right, a duet with Drake or play one-on-one basketball with Shaquille O'Neal.
I lose.
I think you're losing either way, Jerrett.
Right. I think I'd say Shaquille O'Neal, man.
Yeah.
That's just both of those really aren't too bad, I guess. But
I think it just boils down to who would you rather meet.
yeah, Shaquille.
Yeah, probably me too.
I like, what was that? He had that movie, Shazam.
Yeah. That was good. Shaquille's a hustler, man.
Yeah, he is.
He works hard.
He
All right, that was our first time playing impossible questions, completely
I like
made
it.
up on the spot with Jerrett Zoch.
That's good stuff.
Jarrett's second time on the show, man. We really appreciate you taking the time
Oh,
here
for
before
sure,
your
man.
show.
I'm glad to be here.
So tell folks out there where they can follow along with everything Jarrett's
You
on.
can find us on at Jerrett Zoch and the OSRBand.com. We're on Facebook, all your social media stuff, Instagram, Twitter, and then you can find all our music on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you find music online.
And we will definitely put a link to the album in the description so you guys can just click on that and purchase the album. We'll send you right to iTunes for that. And I definitely implore you to do that. Also, this is coming out in December, so I don't know if how much life the single will still have, but I know.
Probably getting close to being done.
Yeah, but I would still say request, guys. If you hear a song that you like by any artist, whether it's Jerrett or somebody else you like, it is vital that the fans out there are calling these radio stations and asking for these songs for 2 reasons. Radio stations, local radio even, have very few slots for Texas artists.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, if people here in Texas are calling more often, then they have to open more slots for our artists.
True.
It's all about supply and demand. If the audience wants more Texas, then the audience will get more Texas. So call these radio stations and ask for your favorites. Believe me, you guys can make a difference. Just something small like that, just a like or a follow on social media could mean the world to all of these artists, and us included. So we definitely want to thank you guys for supporting that.
Every little bit helps.
That's right. All right, guys, so if you're following along with the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, I definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in. It means the world to us that you spend some time with us here on the show. You can follow along with us on all of our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're located at ETX Rocks. Wherever you're watching or listening, please hit the like and subscribe button. There might be a follow button, but whatever is there, click that sucker. It's always free, and that'll let us know that you guys like what we're doing. And of course, the more follows, the more subs we get, the more people are going to get to see these episodes, which by proxy means more people get to see our guests, and that's important. If you want to donate financially to the ETX Rock Show and help us upgrade our equipment, our locations, and stuff like that, you can do so by just clicking on www.paypal.me/ETX Rocks, and that's also in the description below. We'll take any donation from $1 to $1 million. Nothing over $1 million, though. Tax rate changes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Donald Trump is president, so those rich people will have to pay a lot more taxes. So $1 million is the cut. Remember that. If you want to donate $1 million in one, do it in 2 different donations. As we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music, and don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
That's right.
Howdy, folks. This is Aaron Watson.
This is Bree Bagwell.
This is Jake.
And this is Walter from Rocky Queen.
This is Curtis Grimes.
Monty Pittman.
This is Doug Sippin On.
I'm Heather Little.
This is Rob Redwine.
Ho! Hey, folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX Rocks with
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Blacktop Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.